my stepdad came to my life, I didn't have a room. He worked construction. He built me a room. He built me a 10 by 10 room onto the house we were living in. And he made it Honda. So we had blue carpet. I had some blue carpet. He put a red stripe on the wall. Dude, it was sick. We had a poster of Jeff Stanton right above my bed, and then Rick Johnson was right at the foot of my bed, so I could look that way. Just like, yes, dude, it was sick. My room, and I had all my stuff in there. It was rad. Well, flash forward, I get to meet Jeff Stanton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's part of Yeti. I meet him in Michigan. We were Travis City, Michigan. He's like, hey, why don't you guys, me, Monk, this other guy, Dan Dry, why don't you guys come to my spread, my farm, come ride motos for a week, blah, 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 you know, and those guys, they had to wait and come a little bit later, but I ended up going with them, like, for the week. So we hung out. Those guys came. We rode motos. They had a Supercross track, and I remember getting on Supercross track, and he's like, what bike do you want to ride? And there's like a 250. I'm like, yeah, I want a 250. I get on 250. There's a Honda, you know, brand new. And Steve Lamson's there, and he was like the current national champ, 125, I think.
Okay.
And they had a test track. Well, I get out on test track, and I could seat bounce like back riding in Menifee, where I, you know, at the time I was living in Menifee, Temecula area, and you know I was learning how to seat bounce a motorcycle. Like, yeah, well, there's these triples there, and these triples were about 60 feet, and they were pretty decent, but you know they're like at the time they were steep, gnarly ones for that time. I come around the corner and seat bounce this thing and grease it and land it. I'm like, yeah, and I come in and they're like flagging me in. I come in and Stanton's like, Voorhees, get off this track. You need to go over and ride the other track, because I was, you know, I'm dangerous. I'm thinking I'm getting it down. So it was fun. We had fun.
They weren't impressed.
Yeah, we had a great time. Rode motos, and he worked me. We played basketball. I mean, it was rad. So at the end of the week, we go to this dinner. And it's me, Jeff, and Steve Lamson. And Steve and I are on these, like, motorcycles. They're like Valkyries, you know. They're like Harley, Honda things. Mm-hmm. We're on those two bikes. Jeff's on a XR 500. We're like three abreast, just going down the road. And I'm just like, what, dude? Jeff Stanton, Lamson, yeah, brum, brum. You know, I'm like, this is sick. We're going along. And for some reason, we go into this underpass, or this overpass, and we're going underneath it. And Lamson and I back off a little bit. Jeff goes ahead. A car comes off the freeway. It's a station wagon. Greases him. Boom! Hits him. I'm on the brakes as hard as I can. Miss the back of this thing. Slide. Rah! Jeff spinning above me. Jeff Stanton. The second, like, I'm going, what? And my dad died. My dad died on a motorcycle when I was 5 because he had a six-pack of beer and he was all coked up and the beer fell and he lost control. And the bikes back then, their head angles were jacked and ended up killing himself, no helmet. My stepdad was put in a coma. Somebody turned left. Now I'm looking at Jeff Stanton flying above me, hits a bus stop, ends up like he's just foaming this like pink foam out of his mouth. Ankles twist. I mean, he's just messed up. And I'm just going, what? I got to leave tomorrow to go to the next race, to St. Anne or somewhere. I'm just like, what? We're hanging out at the hospital? I mean, it just happened. It was so surreal. I'm on a plane. I leave. And it was crazy.